Hi friends, this is Dipty and welcome to my channel Life Admin 365 and welcome to today's video. Here's wishing you a very happy and a joyous 2023. In today's video, I'm sharing with you my planning and scheduling process that helps me stay on track, get most of the things on my to-do list done, and in general help me manage my time, especially as an out-of-home working mom. With that said, let me just give you a disclaimer. There are times when I'm guilty of not following my own processes, though I know that doing those will free up my time to do the things that I want to do. I just want to be lazy and I don't want to do anything. But most of the times I'm pretty good about following my systems and processes, as a result of which I get most of the things done that I've planned to do. The first and foremost thing is to know thyself. That is, know the lifestyle you and your family live. Every family is unique and each of us have our own lifestyle. Even for a given family, the seasons in which we are will be different. So like when we have a newborn, our productivity routines will be different than when we have a child who's going to high school. Or I'm a morning person, so I prefer to do the dreaded task and the task that I enjoy. I like to do it first thing in the morning. While you may be a person who is a night owl and prefer to do most of your important tasks later in the day or towards the end of the day. So depending on what lifestyle you lead, each one of us has to adapt the productivity routines, the tips and tricks that are shared here for our own lifestyle. Let's keep that in mind and begin. The first thing I like to do is a brain dump. What is brain dump? It simply means writing down everything that comes to your mind regarding a task or a to-do list or anything that you want to get accomplished. Simply writing down is cathartic in itself. It gets the jumble of things out of your brain and onto a paper. Something that's visible to you and you know what you need to do, instead of just going back and forth between the tasks in your mind and getting overwhelmed. I have this brain dumping session at the beginning of each month and at the beginning of each week. This brain dump is my master running list and I like to do it on a piece of paper. Just the process of writing down everything reinforces the task for me and helps me prioritize my task. As in my earlier days, I would do this brain dumping writing on the blank backside of the flyers that my kids brought home from school. These days I use a journal like this wherein I write all the tasks that I can think of for a given month and then keep on updating as new tasks come forefront. You can use any fancy planners or fancy journals or a spiral notebook or the spiral notebook leftovers from the end of the school year. I also like to use my notes app that comes with my Apple phone. I use it mainly for creating a grocery list or something which is very particular to my family that I want to share with them, and I want their participation or their involvement in getting those tasks done. That way all of us are on the same page and know what we need to do. Plus, I like the fact that Notes app is very easy to use, and the best feature is that if I make an update to a shareable note, then whomever I'm sending the note to also gets an updated version. That way we all are on the same page and not missing out on any new updates. Once the brain dump is done, I transfer these tasks into my weekly planner, and now this becomes my weekly to-do list. I only write down 5 to 7 important and urgent tasks that need to be done. Over the years, I've learned to put only those tasks that are important or urgent, because the other tasks are just feel good tasks, or to feel that you're busy when you're not really doing the important task. Just checking off the boxes gives us a high and tricks our brain into thinking that we've been productive, when most of the times we end up doing those easy tasks and push back on those difficult but important tasks. So I like to put only 5 or 7 tasks that are important or urgent and need to be done in a certain time frame. If a project has several different tasks and several different components involved, spanning a period of time, then I write down in as much details as possible about each step and the due lines or the deadlines that each of those steps need to be accomplished. This might seem an overkill, but it really does help keeping me on track and not miss out or not feel rushed. This is especially important when you're hosting a party or organizing an event. So you need to know what tasks need to be done on certain times. Like for example, I had my Lakshmi Puja Udyapan couple Thursdays ago. So for that, I made a detailed list of how I was going to approach, right? I created an invite list and I put a note for myself when I need to send those invites by, who I need to send those invites, what was the return gifts that I was planning to do, what was the menu that I was going to have for the Udyapan, what things I was going to do, so that I did not miss on inviting the friends that I wanted to invite, or I did not miss on sharing the blessings that I have been blessed with. Also, as the week progresses, I will add on any new to-do list that has just come to the forefront to make sure that I get those things also done. And also at the beginning of each week and at the beginning of the month, I will take a look at all those unfinished tasks from the previous week or the previous month, add them to my current week or the current month. This is because sometimes things just don't get done. You get interrupted, something comes in, life happens. So it's important to have a placeholder for those tasks to be completed. There was a reason why you wrote those tasks on your to-do list. Maybe they were simple projects that you wanted to get done with your family or that you wanted to get done for your house. So you want to make sure that you migrate those tasks that you did not get done previously to the current week or to the current month. Once we get a hang of writing down our to-do task and prioritizing them, it's time to become efficient at doing these tasks. The best way to become more efficient at doing your regular daily chores is to group similar tasks together. That way the workflow is maintained and work gets done quickly. So for example, cleaning dishes, loading dishwasher, cleaning the sink, wiping the counter, sweeping the floors and mopping are similar tasks related to cleaning kitchen. And because these tasks fall in the general category of kitchen nighttime routine, my brain doesn't have to split the energy going back and forth thinking, what do I do now? I can get the work done easy. Nowadays, I don't write the nighttime routine. I just think about my nighttime routine. The program gets initiated in my brain and I start executing it. So that's one of the ways I get my kitchen cleaning tasks done, and it seems so effortless. Going back and forth between dissimilar tasks or multitasking are some of the sure short ways of tricking yourself into being productive. Multitasking is overrated in my opinion. It's very, very hard to multitask important things. Your mind and energy needs to be focused on doing those important things correctly and in a timely fashion. Certain things can be multitasked, like, watching TV and picking vegetables, or folding clothes and watching TV, or sweeping and listening to an audiobook. Those kind of things can be multitasked, but important things, in my opinion, should not be multitasked. With similar tasks grouped together, now it's time to assign a particular time slot to get those tasks done. Some tasks like appointments, meetings, or going to a particular fitness class get done automatically because they have a definite start and an end time. Most of the other tasks are dynamic and recurring tasks. They are fluid. It's important that they are completed, but they are not bound by a particular hour of the time. As long as they are completed and as long as they're completed correctly, we are all good to go. While planning and scheduling is real fun and exciting, an important thing to remember is that tasks usually take longer than we think that they will take to complete. It's mostly because in general we underestimate the time a particular task or a group of tasks will take, or we get interrupted, or we get distracted. So it's very essential to have a time buffer built into your schedule. That if you're running late or if something unexpected pops up, you have the breathing room and you can make certain adjustment to your schedule and still get the task completed in a timely fashion. So for example, last week in my day in the life video, you saw that I woke up almost 45 minutes later than my usual 5 a.m. wake up time. I hadn't slept well the previous night, so I had readjusted my alarm. And just because I had that built-in time buffer, I was able to get everything completed with some minor adjustments in my morning routine and still be at work on time. Getting back to assigning time frames for certain group of tasks. This is what is called time blocking. I have 6 to 7 time blocks in my waking hours. So the first time block is the spiritual hour where, I wake up early, I pray, I do my meditation, give my gratitude. I want to incorporate pranayam, Surya Namaskar in this upcoming New Year. So I've built in an additional 15 to 20 minutes buffer zone in this time So instead of waking up at the usual 5 a.m., I'm going to wake up 15 minutes earlier at 4:45 so that I can incorporate these new habits into my routine. Once these new habits become part of my routine, I may or may not to wake up at 4:45. Then I have my morning routine hour where I get the cooking and the unloading of dishwasher, putting things away, preparing breakfast, preparing lunch, all those things that I typically do in my morning before leaving for work. Then is the work time block, then is the evening time block, which is a good chunk of 3 to 4 hours, wherein I come back from work, refresh myself, have some entertainment, watch some TV, and then get to do about an hour and a half or 2 hours of YouTube related work. This is the only time block I have in my weekday routine where I can sit for to do YouTube related work. Then I have the nighttime block wherein I have routines that help me prep for the next day. And then lastly, I have the bedtime block where I brush my teeth, change my clothes, moisturize my body, take care of my skin, remove any makeup, etc. and then get into the bed. By the way, the time blocks that I just described are my weekday time blocks, but weekend is a whole different ball game. Because I'm a YouTuber, I need a huge chunk of time to process my videos, get them edited, and have them ready for publishing either late Saturday night or early Sunday morning. So Saturday is the day when I do most of my deep, uninterrupted work. On Saturdays, Milind and boys take over cooking, little bit of cleaning, some laundry, and some grocery shopping. And while they are doing this work, I have locked myself in the bedroom or in one of the rooms where I'm doing deep uninterrupted video editing, doing voiceovers, trying to get those voiceovers mashed over with the clips of the videos, so on and so forth. I am struggling in this area because I take much more time than I anticipate. I already built in about an hour additional for each time block that I use for editing my videos. So in total, I have about 3 extra hours that act as buffer, but even then I'm having a hard time getting the videos done and ready and scheduled for publishing on Saturday night or Sunday morning. Right now I'm working on becoming efficient, so I'm hoping that in the upcoming new year I will see a definitive progress in both my video editing skills as well as the amount of time that I take in editing a particular video for publishing. Sunday is also one of those days where I block a chunk of time, say good 4 to 5 hours, to do my meal planning for the upcoming week and prep my veggies and other things accordingly. By the time I'm done with all the prep work that is needed to execute my meal plan in the upcoming week, I rest assured that I won't be frazzled when Monday comes. I'm not opening the doors and staring in the refrigerator to see what I can prep quickly for either the lunch or for dinner. This brings to my last step of this whole ball game, which is doing the thing that needs to be done. That is executing the tasks we so meticulously planned and scheduled in our planner or calendar. In my experience, planning and scheduling are exciting steps. They get you started, they give you the high of starting in the right direction. But when it comes to doing the actual work, that's where we have a freeze. We get overwhelmed with all the things that we've written and scheduled in our to-do list. Even if those things are 4 or 5, if any one of them is a difficult task or a task which requires a lot of work, then we hesitate to do it right away on the scheduled time. So the most important tip here to remember is to just get started. Getting started is the first step. Everything else falls in the place. So for example, instead of sitting on the couch after coming back from work and turning on the TV and binge watching TV series, why not just go upstairs and change into your home clothes, don an apron, and get started on dinner preparations? Or maybe just change into your workout clothes and head to the gym for an exercise class, or head to any part of your house where you can do an hour of uninterrupted exercising using free videos that are available on YouTube. Even then, if you feel overwhelmed, maybe you can set a timer for 15 minutes and work only during those 15 minutes. Once the timer buzzes off, stop doing the work that you had done. I promise you, once you get started, 15-minute timer is not going to stop you from completing the task that you took on hand. This 15-minute timer technique was the one that got me through doing some of my most important and difficult tasks, and also helped me become a better manager of my household, especially doing those cleaning jobs that I did not like at all. Wow, that was a long monologue, but I do want to emphasize one very important point. Not all days are equal. Some days are very easy, where things happen the way that you want them to happen. Things fall into place and you feel like you are on top of the world, or maybe even ahead of all your scheduled tasks. And there are those days when nothing seems to be going your way. It looks like universe is conspiring against you. It feels like everyone else is moving ahead in their life and you are falling behind, or you are stuck. In those times, it's okay to take a break and put your tasks on hold. It's okay to push the deadlines a little bit further and be a little bit easy on yourself. It's okay to give yourself the grace and express gratitude for what you have achieved and how far you have come. Well, that does it. I've tried to share how I plan, schedule, and execute my daily tasks. And though this by no means is the perfect and the only way to do things, it definitely will serve as a general guidelines. So a quick recap of the entire process. First thing is to do a brain dump. Write down everything that comes to your mind. This becomes the monthly running list. Then categorize and prioritize your monthly running list and transfer them to your daily to-do list for the week. And as the week progresses, add in any new tasks to both the master running list as well as the weekly to-do list. To increase the efficiency of performing your tasks, group similar tasks together to get them done quickly and effectively. For doing bigger tasks, or for longer tasks, or for multi-project tasks, use the time blocking system. Block 3 to 4 hours of time in your schedule to do uninterrupted deep work. A thing to remember is that tasks always take longer than you anticipate it will take to complete them. Therefore, it's essential to have a buffer time period in your schedule. And finally, what works for one may or may not work for the other. So it's best to adopt and adapt systems to your own lifestyle. With that said, I'm finally bringing this video to an end. If you have more questions on my planning, scheduling, do let me know in the comments below. If you like this video and are interested in more such productivity hack kind of videos, do let me know in the comment section below and give this video a big thumbs up. Your likes and your comments help with the YouTube algorithm and help me reach a wider audience. Thank you so much once again, and if you haven't already subscribed, do subscribe to my channel for meal planning, meal prepping, organizing, cleaning, productivity and life hack videos. So see you all in the next one.